Metal Jesus, and I'm back again with Kinsey. Hello.
Hello. We're back with some more DS Hidden Gems for you guys.
Yes, 8 more games, and at the end of this video, we're going to show some honorable mentions. It's going to be pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Let's take a look.
Alright, we got quite the stack here for our last episode, but we're going to start with Dokomodake, which I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this / played it.
I've never heard of this.
It's a pretty fun platformer where it also has some puzzle elements to it. You play as this mushroom guy, and he can like go into blocks, so you can kind of puzzle your way through a little bit. So it's kind of different, it's kind of fun, it has a little bit extra to it, so it's not just a platformer.
Okay. Oh.
So it's fun.
Now, is it kind of rare, or is it hard to find?
You know, this is the only copy I've ever seen is mine. So
Did you buy it when it came out?
I did. I pre-ordered it.
When you were working at another castle, did anybody ever bring in stuff like this?
Occasionally,
yeah.
But for the most part, if we got DS trades, it was all Mario Zelda.
Yeah, the common stuff.
For the most part.
Cool. Now, this next game here, I have heard about it on the GameCube.
It was one of my top favorites on the GameCube.
No, it's called
Chibi-Robo Park Patrol.
Park Patrol?
Yeah. It's kind of the second installment of the Chibi-Robo series.
Okay.
But on the DS, I was a little bit disappointed when I heard about it that it wasn't going to be on a console.
Now, so describe this game to me, because it's like this guy who's a plug or something, right?
Yeah, you are this little robot, and you carry this plug around with you, either dragging it behind you or over your head.
Right.
And you have to plug into actual wall sockets to recharge yourself. You'll run out of batteries if you're just running around.
Okay. So he's like a robot. Hence the name.
He's like a robot,
okay.
Yeah. And it's super fun. You have to go around and do different chores for people, and you can gain happy points. It's really cute, and the gameplay is actually really good if you can get past kind of the kind of childishness of it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth it on the GameCube and on the DS.
You know, Park Patrol was a game on the Commodore 64 back in the day.
Really?
Oh yes, by Activision. Such a fun game.
I do love the Commodore.
I know, you have to pick up Park Patrol. So this next game, Feel the Magic XYXX. I remember when I got this originally, I was like, what the hell is this? This is so bizarre. It's like it's kind of like a dating sim, but
kind of, yeah. You're going after one girl.
Yeah.
And you have a dating rival.
Oh,
watch out, guys.
and you basically it's like a longer version of Wario with the Wario games.
There's a whole bunch of little mini games.
Yeah.
This is the sequel to Rub Rabbits, which is also another kind of cult favorite.
This is a sequel.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Rub Rabbits is the prequel, and I think it came out after it. So.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. But it's very fun, very silly.
Yeah, extremely silly. So if you're looking to find a game that helps you date a girl, that's the one.
Okay, next.
All right, we have Tingle's Balloon Fight, which only came out in Japan for Club Nintendo people only.
Huh.
So it's pretty cool. If you like Balloon Fight, it's entirely worth it because it's all Tingle.
Now, how did you end up with this?
I actually bought this from local store Pink Gorilla because they had a bunch of them. So it's not incredibly rare, but it sounds rare when you say all the stats, you know. But it's actually a really good version of Balloon Fight.
Oh, cool.
So.
Huh, okay. And that was a game that came out on the original NES, I believe, right? Yes. Yes, that's a fun game. Cool. And then I have one here that, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, Orcs and Elves.
I like the name already. This
is a id Software game. So it was actually designed by the guy who created Doom and Quake and stuff like that. He wanted to create a classic dungeon crawler for cell phones. So I originally played this on my old flip phone way back in the day. I know. But it was perfect for it because it's a really deep RPG. It's very turn-based. It's very hardcore, lots of stats, lots of leveling up. There's magic, there's melee attacks. And when I heard that it came out on the DS, I was like ecstatic because I can't play it anymore. Yeah. In its original form. I lost that phone years ago. So
I'm a sucker for stats.
Yeah, this is if you like old school games like Eye of the Beholder or Wizardry, this is right up your alley. Now the only
amazing.
I know the only downside is that the graphics are not great. They're all flat sprites. So a lot of people complain about the graphics, but personally the gameplay is awesome. Like I was capturing footage for this the other night. I couldn't put it down. So it's awesome.
I like sprites though.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, it's a cool game. And how about for you? This is
Electroplankton.
Huh.
We have the Japanese cover here. It also came out in America.
That's a cool cover.
But this one's way better.
I've heard of this game. Is it a rhythm? What is it?
It's kind of a rhythm game. It doesn't really have a lot of... It's not very objective based. It's more art and beauty based.
Art and beauty?
Art and beauty based.
Really?
So you're kind of making your songs, and each of the different styles of plankton have a different sound to them. So each of the levels, you're doing something different. There's one where you're jumping off leaves, the little plankton, and the leaves make noises, and then like the water falling off the leaves makes noises.
Oh, interesting.
So it's very like, I don't know, harmonious based. Like it's kind of very zen, very fun. It's surprising because there's not a lot of objective to it. But the first time I played it, I probably sat down and played it for 2 hours. So.
Huh, well that's pretty cool.
It's fun and it's different. There's not a lot of games like it.
Yeah.
And I've always been a science nerd, so I was like, electroplankton? That sounds wonderful.
Now here's a game I thought was a Neo Geo title. Am I wrong in that?
It started on the NES.
It's called New
Zealand Story.
Okay.
And this is New Zealand Story Revolution, so it's kind of a rehash of it. You still play as Tiki, the little bird in tennis shoes.
And what kind of game is it?
It's a platformer.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So it's kind of the standard Nintendo platformer, but it's really cute. It has a little bit different elements to it. It's a Taito game originally, so it has the common elements like in Bubble Bobble, you spell extend and you get an extra guy. It kind of has the same feeling as a lot of those, which make it really fun.
Yeah. And this next one here, Eco Creatures.
Eco Creatures Save the Forest. Okay, so this game got terrible reviews on every site, pretty much ever. But there's something about this game. It was actually funded by a wildlife association that they wanted the developers to make it because you are basically playing as this acorn monster, and it's a strategy game, and you have an army of squirrels. Which I hope won a couple
That's
people over.
That's always a
bonus. But you're basically fighting the pollution because the kingdom wants to cut down the forest to expand, and you're kind of going against it. Which I think is interesting only because in most games you are the kingdom expanding and trying to make your,
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a different take on it, and it's fun. And what game is not fun with an army of squirrels? Let's be honest here.
I know, that's awesome. Very cool. And then the last game is...
This game is actually... I actually just found out about this game, and I really wanted to include it because it's called Soul Bubbles.
Soul Bubbles.
And it was a Toys R Us exclusive, and I had I've never even heard of this game until earlier this week. And I sat down and I played it, and it's really fun. You're basically trying to get these little spirits through a world, and you have to encase them in a bubble so they don't die, I think.
Okay, to kind of protect them.
Yeah, protect them. And there's like enemies and obstacles throughout the whole way. And you play as the guide. All you do is blow on them. So you're pushing them through the level. And there's like spikes and bad guys, and you have to pop the bubble, and then you have to redraw it after you get past a certain point. But if they're out of a bubble for too long, then game over. It's a really interesting gameplay style, and I actually really enjoyed it a lot.
Now, only at Target, or I'm sorry, Toys R Us.
Toys R Us exclusive.
Wow, interesting. So I assume that's somewhat difficult to find.
Yeah, I've actually never seen this in the wild. That's why I've never heard of it until when I bought it last week.
Wow. All right, there are 24 or 25, depending on how bad our math is, hidden gems for the Nintendo DS. Now, I'm curious about the upcoming Seattle Retro Gaming Expo.
It's pretty wonderful. We got our dates locked down. We are June 28th and 29th at the Washington State Convention Center in downtown Seattle. So it's going to be a big party. We hopefully will have some chiptunes acts lined up, lots of really interesting panelists, and of course all the games you could ever buy.
Now, how many years has it been going on?
This is its 4th year.
4th year, very cool.
We're getting a lot bigger.
Yeah, I know. It's
exciting.
I originally met John Hancock at the 2nd year of the Expo, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, lifelong friends there. So it's cool because it creates a lot of community, which is really awesome.
It does. A lot of people come out of the woodwork that I meet, and I'm like, I never would have met you. And
yeah. And what's the website where they can get more information?
More information at seattleretro.org, or on Facebook /Seattle Retro, or on Twitter at Seattle Retro.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much for coming on and helping me with this.
It was a blast.
Now, we're going to show a couple honorable mentions here as well, because there are so many great games for this system. We just couldn't leave it alone at those picks. So all these games are pretty awesome, so definitely check them out. I want to thank you for watching my channel, and thank you for subscribing.
Thanks.
Take care. Metal Jesus, and I'm back again with Kinsey. Hello.
Hello.
She's here for our third and final Nintendo. Fuck. My mind was totally like going.
Oh, the Nintendo fuck.
Yeah, the Nintendo fuck. Two. I don't know what that means. Okay, ready? Hello.
Hello, good to be here.
Now we are going to do our third and final. Fuck. I keep on saying Super Nintendo.
Oh, that's a cool episode too.
Yeah, it would be. Metal Jesus, and I'm back again with Kinsey. Hello.
Hello, we're back with more DS hidden gems for you guys.
Yes, you can slap me anytime. At the end of this video, we're going to show some honorable mentions. Could be pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Let's take a look. Oh, yes!
Yeah!
Ah!